Hi, this video we're going to work on chapter 2 tutorials. We start off with the first one, creating the GUI for the Hello World application. So we're going to start Video Studio. I've already got mine up here, and then we're going to do a new project. So File, New, and then slide over to Project. Okay, and there we go. And again, we want to do the, and I'll have to scroll down and find it here. Windows Form App .NET Framework. Okay. Okay. What we're going to call this one is find where I got the name on here that I'm doing. Hello World. I'm going to change the location of this. So I'm going to click on the ellipse here. And it's still going to go into my chapter 1 folder here. But this time I'm going to create a new folder to put it in. I'm going to call it Hello World. So I misspelled it, so let me respell it here. Another L in there, there we go. And that's what I got down here. So that's the folder I want. I'm going to select the folder. Everything's set here. And so I click on Create. So on this one, what we're going to do is add some controls to our form and then work with some of the properties. So the first thing we want to do is change the text of our form. So I'm going to go over here to where it has text on the property, click in here, and either highlight or delete Form 1, and I'm going to put in there my first program. So then I press Enter, and you can see now it's up here in the title bar. Okay, so our form is actually larger than what we want it to be here. So we're going to resize it. And a couple of ways to do this, and it doesn't have to be exact, but doing it this way, I can just grab the handle here and hold it, click on it, and then I can just resize it where I want it. And I got to get it to let go. There we go. I could also go over here to size and put in coordinates in there also. That'd be in pixels. So I'm just going to do it this way. Okay, next thing we want to do is we want to add a button. Okay. Easiest way to do this, I'm going to go to my toolbox and click on it, open it up, go to my button and double click. Okay, when I get off of here, there's my button. It goes up in the upper right corner. Or sorry, wrong place, upper left corner. Get my rights and left straightened out here. Now I can just grab that button in the center of it and slide it into position where I want it. I'm just going to set it in the middle here. This. With the button, I want to change the text on the button. So I'm going to go over here and double click on button 1 so I can highlight it, and I'm going to change that to display. So that changes the button here. Okay. Actually, what we wanted to do is say display message. So I'm going to go back over here and put in display message. Now, if you notice, the message doesn't show up on there. The button's not big enough to hold all the text on there. So what we can do is resize this. I'm going to do that by grabbing this bottom right square and then dragging down until a message shows up in there. Okay. Now, just like with other program languages, in Visual C#, the actual language, you need to use descriptive names for all of your materials that you're using. In this case, the control button. When you get into the code, your constants, variables, method names, all those should be descriptive. So we're going to change the name of our button, and we do that in the properties up at the top. And when we get up there, you'll notice that the name, go up here, come on, there we go. The name is in parentheses because the parentheses is lower, not lower ASCII code than any of the other ones. So it's going to be listed at the top here. And that way, because this is one of the things that you do all the time is change these. And so we're going to change this to message button. I'm going to use what's called camel case. I'm going to press the enter key on that for this. So the first word in the name is going to be lowercase, and then each additional word will have the first letter uppercase. So it's easier to read that way. So let's continue on with this. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do a save all, which we don't have to do when we get ready to run this. But right now, so you can practice doing this, we're going to do a save all to save everything on here. And then we're going to click this X here. Doesn't do anything. Okay. So actually what we want to do is run this. There's a couple of ways of doing this. I can go up here to debug and then start debugging. Okay. You can press the F5 key on your keyboard. I've got a laptop, so I have to do a function F5, and I just don't like doing that stuff. The other thing I can do is I can go to start and just click on it, and it will start running it. Now, the very first time I run something, it takes it a couple of minutes to build everything in there and get it to run. This time it didn't take quite as long. It's getting there. There we go. Puts up a bunch of other boxes down here and on the side and everything. We're not going to pay much attention to any of those, but we're running it. This is the in run mode now. If I click on the button, it doesn't do anything because we don't have any code behind it. But I can click on the X up here to stop it, and then we're back again. Now, I don't have to do a save all before I run it. It will automatically save it for me before it does the run. Okay, so that was the end of tutorial 2.1. We're going to go right into tutorial 2.2 now, which is writing code for this. Okay, so we've already got it started, so we don't have to do that. You can, if you shut yours down for some reason, you can start it back up again. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we want to do code for our message button. So to do that, all we're going to do is double click on our button. That's going to open up our form1.cs, which is where our code is. This is all stuff that Visual Studio in the C# creates for us. Here's our message button down here, and we created a message button click event handler. So it handles the event of clicking on the button. Okay? So this is where our code's going to go. And the code we want to put in here is, just a second, we're going to put in here message box. Notice as you type, it's going to come up with what's called IntelliSense to give you some help on what may be something that you want to put in here that's already available. We want message box, which is right here, so I can come down here and click on that, and it'll finish it up for us. And then we want to do, that's the object. What we want to do is the method for that, which is going to be a dot show. So I can do an S, there it is. I can hit the tab key and I'll put it in there. A parentheses, and then what we actually want this to do, and we want it to print the string hello world. Okay, and the quote, and you can either type it in or it's already there, so I can hit the arrow key to go over. We end each line, each statement in Visual C# with a semicolon. There are some that don't, and some that have multiple lines in a statement, so you'll see how to do all that as we go along in here. Okay, so now we can go ahead and run this and click on the start button. And I can click on the display message, and there's our hello world message box. Click on OK to quit, and I'll click on the X to get out of this. Okay. Okay, so that's the end of that whole project there. I'm going to go ahead and do a file, close solution, which will close this off. And I could just go ahead and get out of Visual C# if I wanted to, Visual Studio, but I'm going to leave it at this for right now. So that is going to end this video, and the next video we'll pick up with tutorial 2.3. Bye.